It is an honor to welcome in Luis Clemente, the son of Roberto Clemente. Thank you for your time, sir. How are you today?
I'm great. Thanks, Marnie. I'm very happy to be here with you.
We are thrilled to have you with us here today and for sharing a couple of minutes of your time with us. Every year in September, there is a day where all across baseball we celebrate Roberto Clemente Day. The entire league recognizes it. How important and how meaningful is that day to you and to your family?
It is a great privilege, and I think what it does for the players, it gives them the opportunity to showcase the humanitarian in them. Why were they nominated? This is the day that all clubs put forward, or at least who's playing at home, put forward that nominee who won, internally the Clemente Award for the team, and then they become runner-ups for the actually big award that is presented in the World Series. So it's very important. That program, I think, elevates the type of players and the goodwill of Major League Baseball. So that's why we're so proud of it.
And it continues to be a day that we remember your father, that we recognize him, that we reflect on the contributions that he made to the game. And I would imagine that that piece of it too is important to your family.
Absolutely. That was, like I said, that was really an activist. He actually had the players not play in '68 for opening day because Dr. Martin Luther King was assassinated, and he felt what's happening is so relevant to today. What's happening now? He felt that they needed to pay respects by not playing, and the season started then on the 10th instead of starting on the 8th. They were playing the Astros at that time, and so he always knew since he got to MLB, to the majors, that he represented the poor people, the working class, the minorities, and he knew that in what he was going to accomplish, baseball was going to become the vehicle to get his message across. So by continuing celebrating Roberto Clemente Day, our father's message is still strong. I think that it's just he never asked to be treated better. He demanded to be treated equally, which is very different. And I think this is what makes a whole difference if, amongst ourselves, if we treat everyone, equally, then we shouldn't be having any problems.
And that was not just a message that he preached, that was the life that he lived.
That's correct.
Open arms,
That is correct.
everyone treated equally. When your dad was home, when he was in Puerto Rico, and you mentioned sometimes playing ball there, like a winter ball league or something, were you and your brothers the kids that got to hang out in the clubhouse and be around the guys and in the dugout? Do you have baseball memories like that?
Absolutely, absolutely. When we were in actually, I even remember, believe it or not, being in Ford Field and being like, but I was so young at that time. But I remember being in Forest Field, but then in Three Rivers, we would go to the clubhouse and we would hang out with the rest of the players that played against that. The stories that were told are amazing. So
Mhm.
we continue to learn day after day, um, why Dad did the things he did, and then it helps to understand why I do what I'm doing, because I do things not just to follow the legacy, but just because I feel is what I should be doing. And then I get confirmation from someone, hey, I want you to read this letter, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh my God, this is incredible. I'm working on this project, and he was working on this as well. I had no idea. So it's amazing. It's amazing to be part of this legacy. I'm very fortunate, like I always say, to be Roberto's son. Actually, I said I'm very proud to be Roberto's son, but I feel extremely fortunate to be Vera's son as well, because she brought us up. She
Yes.
was the one who made sure that we continue this legacy, and I learned so much from her. She was also my parent figure. So very, very fortunate to be part of this family.
Nelson Cruz, as the Twins nominee, he has done such wonderful work in the Dominican Republic, which is his home country. And you are from Puerto Rico. And I'm
Correct.
wondering, when you have a Latino player become a team's nominee, does that make it even more special and hold a little bit more weight just because of that area of the world?
Absolutely. Dad was so proud to represent and open doors for the Latino players that he would have been ecstatic about having so many being nominated these days. That means that they're doing the right thing, and I feel that us as a family is always, rejoicing for us to see that our own are being, represented and are being chosen because of what the greatness that they're doing. And to us, what Nelson is doing is amazing to be have become one of the nominees. So hopefully we will. I'm working on a program where I want to have all the nominees and then the recipients be a part of. So eventually I will let everyone know what that is. But I want them to feel extremely proud of being part of the Clemente family because we're welcome every single
Mm.
one of them with open arms.
And Luis, your dad was such a humanitarian. Uh, he had such a vision. He was compassionate. What do you think your dad would think about players today who are using their voices and who are becoming more activists and who are fighting for social change and social justice?
That would have been in the forefront. He would have been, extremely active about it, like he was. I don't know if if everyone knows that Dad was almost like the co-founder of the Players Association and became the first players rep, representing all players, not just Latinos, all players. And he was always against the injustice. He he spoke up really loud. There was no way you were gonna make him, shut up about it. He was very adamant about injustice, prejudice, racism, anything that had to do with any of that, and not only just for race, but also for the people, for the working class, for the minorities, for in general. And with what's happening today already is a reflection of what he did, like I said, back in '68. And he would have been in the forefront, in the front line of speaking up about making a change, making things different because we are all equal. And I have no doubt in my mind he will be extremely proud about all sportsmen, across the board that are taking action and are really making this count because it needs to happen. It needs to really be the time where a difference is truly made and a line is drawn between what's going on. I feel that as Americans, that's all we are. We something is happening. A lot of people envy our way of life. A lot of people in other countries, can't stand the way we can actually just grab our phones and make a reservation and plane reservation and just go anywhere we want to. That freedom that we have, and I think some of it is part of that is you know uh, how can we change that? How can we erase those smiles from their faces? And we're not realizing that we're being put against each other internally because of a larger plan. And we need to be smarter. We need to be brighter than that. We need to come together as what we are and what we've enjoyed being all this time, And I think it's a message that has to resonate. Everyone has to stop. Everyone has to take a break and realize internally, what am I doing, me as an individual, to make a difference in this whole situation? Because it's all in our hands. We cannot wait for someone else to take the first step. It has to start with each one of us.
It's an important message. It's a beautiful message, and it's very much a timeless message. Luis, thank you so much for your time today. It was really, truly an honor to meet you. And I thank you and your family for all of the wonderful work that you continue to do.
Thank you. Really appreciate it. God bless you.